Repair technicians report that a third of their service calls result in a tiny fix like pushing a button, flipping a switch, or even simply pulling a plug for a few minutes to reset an appliance computer. And unfortunately, a little fix like that can cost you a hefty service charge, not to mention some embarrassment. So, when something isn't working, here are a few things to try first. Who knows? You may even save yourself $100. When a light goes out or a switch doesn't work, first check the main electrical panel for a tripped circuit breaker. Look for a breaker switch that's not in line with the others, which means it's tripped. Switch it to the off position and then back on. Sometimes outlets in other areas of the house, like outside outlets or in garages, are all protected through a single GFCI. Simply push the reset button on that GFCI and you could be back in business. If an electric item stops working, don't immediately assume it's broken. Plug in a radio or a lamp to make sure the outlet is working. Garbage disposers will automatically shut off when the motor becomes overloaded and gets too hot. Once the motor cools, simply push the reset button on the side or bottom of the unit and it should work fine. Speaking of disposers, if yours hums but doesn't spin, it may have something stuck in it. Turn it off and then try turning the blades with a special wrench or by turning a bottom bolt. Some disposers come equipped with an Allen wrench included with the unit just for this purpose. If your fridge quits working, make sure the temperature control hasn't been turned way down. Curious kids may have messed with it. Someone may have accidentally bumped it. Or maybe it's just set too low. And speaking of refrigerators, if yours conks out on a hot day and you have a dog or a cat, immediately check the coils for pet hair. If you have dirty coils, clean them with a coil cleaning brush, vacuuming the brush each time you pull it out, and then be patient. It can take a few hours for the overload switch to reset itself and turn the refrigerator back on. Technology is great, but sometimes it can cause trouble. If your oven won't heat, you may have accidentally set the time cook function. Check the digital display, and if it reads hold, delay, or time cook, you can easily clear it by pushing the off or cancel button. If your dryer isn't getting clothes dry, your lint filter may be clogged even if it looks clean. It could be covered by an invisible film caused by dryer sheets. This film reduces airflow and forces the thermostat to shut off the heat before your clothes are dry. Try scrubbing the filter in hot water with a little laundry detergent and a stiff kitchen brush. That might do the trick. If your furnace has stopped, there are 3 things you should check before calling the HVAC company for service, and they're all really simple. First, check the thermostat and make sure that the switch is set on heat and that the temperature is set high enough. If that checks out, make sure the switch at the furnace is in the on position. Lastly, check the filter. A plugged up filter will actually cause a furnace to overheat and shut itself down to prevent damage. Just about all new appliances have internal computers these days. If any appliance in your house quits working, try unplugging it for 10 minutes and then plug it back in. Often, the computer will restart itself and your problems will be over. Try these simple little fixes before you call a repair technician. You could save yourself a $100 service call or more and a lot of embarrassment. And here's a bonus. You won't have to sit at home all day waiting for a repair technician to show up.